if you're a Marvel fan, I have tons of pictures of the Avenger or Shield initiative that the Treasure Island is doing. There's tons of pictures of Avengers outfits.
That's cool.
Yeah, they actually had costumes from the sets of the Avengers.
That's like what I've been seeing on Reddit. People holding the pure vibranium shield from the first Captain America movie.
I don't think that one's there.
I don't know. I will definitely have to look that. I'd just go to Treasure Island anyways because it's pirate themed. But if it's pirate themed and Avengers, that's just pretty sweet for me. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't run a game Monday. My Tuesday game's over. I got to play a game on Wednesday. I ran my game on Thursday, and my Sunday game got canceled because everyone else lives in Jersey and they went and played board games together.
Well, that's not fair to you.
They invited me. I guess, I'm not going to drive up there for that.
No, that's a bit of a drive.
Let me finish. Yeah, for literally the last 30 minutes, I've just been sitting on the couch reading through the Hearst and Scrod book. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do? But yeah, I've been watching a lot of that lore you should know, and they were going on about Mordenkainen having a spell that Gary Gygax made called Disjunction. He's like, that's basically the most evil thing I could think of. They don't have it in the book. I think it's technically a level 10 spell. It's where basically all magic items within 200 yards are destroyed.
I don't like that. No.
That's not fun.
No, that's a dick move.
Couldn't you, with the wish spell, do the same thing? Or...
Maybe a magic item, but apparently that Gygax back in the day, apparently it literally was the DM versus the players.
They used to make up a lot of new characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a 5e person, so I was never part of the Gygaxian phase where, but apparently, big time asshole. It's like, fine, if I can't kill your characters, boop, no more magic items.
That's a hard question. Who did Ron pick?
For what?
For your contact.
Oh, I know who I picked.
Who's that?
The cleric of Wakeen.
Who's that?
Are you looking at all of the people? Yeah. Are you looking at just? Are you letting everyone do all 76 or the 6 people who work at the Yawning Portal?
I'm doing all of them.
Oh, well then, I just did the 6 they told you you're supposed to pick from in the book. That's why you're at the portal in the first place.
Yeah, I changed that up a little bit.
Oh, well then I don't know. There's too many people there. I might not even dick with any of those famous people. I just picked the Joaquin cleric because he's going to need gold eventually, and she's a cleric of trade. So if his foray into venturing fails, he might get a loan.
Yeah, you could have better contacts from people that aren't as well known because they at least like you're gonna see them more often. Not all those people are like hanging out in the yawning portal all the time. Like Xanathar doesn't just like hang out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think of like I was confused when I saw this. Like, there's no way where he's wanting us to be friends with these like Mordenkainen and Elminster.
It's not friends; it's an acquaintance. Like you have met
I don't know.
them.
Maybe I might keep it, but if not, maybe I'll just be friends with Mercer.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just happy with the one. I've been thinking about it, and I think he's done. Like I could add backstory, but there's no point because he's level 1. He's cut and done. There's nothing more I can add.
Speaking of Mordenkainen.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting set up. I'm going to put you all... Where am I going to put you all? No. Where the fuck is my whole thing of... Oh, no, well, hold on.
Oh, that's funny. I was wondering who the fuck the Black Viper is for
Yeah.
60. And it turns out it's not even the person, it's the sword.
Apparently there was I just saw it the other day. There was like a 4 or 5 hour like for charity turtle based game. Where is and it had Pat Rothfuss in it, and they were all just turtles. I don't think they ever made it past level 1. It's pretty funny. Kind of obsessed with turtles at the moment. What the fuck is my main page?
I was surprised you didn't make a turtle.
I mean,
You talked about it a couple times.
I'm still thinking about it. I mean, I have a month. I could always just make a new character. And there's like a 50-50 of that going to happen because there it is. Okay. Because you know me, I'm crazy and I don't know. I don't think we have a healer. I mean, we have a bard, but Zach, and the idea of Zach being the face is something that I consider interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not necessarily the head, or the face, rather.
I mean, you're making a sorcerer, so you're gonna have charisma. For the love of God,
16 charisma first level.
be fucking proficient in persuasion. If not, you find a fucking way to be.
It is an interesting group so far. I don't know if you know what the other people have made or talked about making.
I know.
But
Kev's making a sorcerer or sorcerer cleric. I know.
You and Kev have like the most normal characters out of the group.
I know. Who else do I know? I know. Yeah, Zach's making some like College of Secrets bard thing. No idea what Orban's making. I think I basically made Alok's character for him.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's basically Van Helsing, and I know Zyth is making some sort of halfling barbarian.
Yeah, for our city campaign.
So I mean, like, we're gonna need a healer. I mean, obviously, I could make a turtle druid, which You know, let's not worry about that right now. As I'm starting to think of a total druid. You guys currently are. We'll just say he took you over here. Oh, GM player, duh. You guys are probably around this area. But last you were here, you literally walked into the side of a mountain that he opened a. Basically, it looked like he opened a door and you walked inside of a mountain face, but literally you walked inside of probably a 4 or 5 story tall mansion. This thing is ridiculous. And I think the last thing RP wise, once the mage, who I don't think he remembered his name where we left off, but you basically figured out who he was because there's only one wizard known in all the realms that can cast this spell. At least to this size and just ridiculousness. There's others who can make, smaller versions. Some can make it for themselves. Some can make a mansion, but it doesn't push more than 2 to 3 stories. It is ridiculous. This is the Uber mansion. And where he last left off, RP-wise, was Enos had taken off his boots. And it was the worst thing that the mage could ever smell in his life that he can remember. And he put him in some weird metal box that he was like, no, don't destroy them. He's like, I'm not destroying them. I'm getting them clean. And the box started to fill with water. And I think that's RP-wise where we left off.
There's a couple things I put in chat, but nothing of consequence.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, talking to your blade.
I can't remember how far we've gotten.
You really just got in.
As in. So I seem to recall there was an Arcana check to realize that he had inflicted himself with some sort of memory spell.
Yeah.
And that it would wear off by the morning.
It should wear off by the morning, and he's pretty much watching everyone, but you convinced him that you're not a threat, at least not immediately, due to the fact that you guys murdered a bunch of, someone found a trap, sorta. He thought he was tracking something, and it turned out he ran into a hunting party of werewolves. And
1 hit point since turn 2 of combat, which was amazing.
Yeah, and I think the majority of you had actually been infected, but he managed to heal you of it. Well, expel it from your body.
Yep.
So yeah, basically right now you guys are just in the mansion. You can right now he's talking to Enos and he's telling him that his socks stink worse than some of the 9 levels in the 9 hells. And anything that you want to do in here, you can talk to him as much as you want. He may or may not be helpful during the time, but this is where we're at.
Look, perhaps if we are planning on staying here overnight, one of us needs to return to the shore and tell the fisherman, the boat person. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the boat person wrote us out.
Return to where?
I believe you rented the boat.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. So
you rented the boat and you pulled it up on the thing. The guy gave it to you. I think he made you make a down payment, not a down payment, but like a security deposit. And basically, it was like 5 gold. But if you bring it back to him not destroyed, he'll give you back the 5 gold. And as you,
Okay.
as you look around, I believe Kiri's is getting tons of cookies. Like these things are coming out on plates, floating. There's a giant wall that's probably 2 stories high. That's just loaded with books. And
What kind of books?
all kinds of books. I mean, you can look at and see what you find. But right now, basically, he said he's from a different realm. I don't know if he asked you if you knew his friend Elminster, but he would have once you guys mentioned Hor. Well, you guys, by you guys I mean Enos mentioned Hor.
Alright, so then I guess Lex is going to head over towards the books while the other do whatever laundry.
And he I don't know, he would tell you if there's anything you could need or want, let him know. And he's sitting there and he's kind of like,
How about
I think that Enos would be interested in any books on horror and then also on masonry.
how about a way of leaving Dorovia? Is that something you can provide?
and he looks like Gandalf in front of the door. And I may have used this already, but if not, I'm going to use it again now. He looks like Gandalf the Grey in front of the doors of Moria, trying to remember the word to open it. But he's just kind of sitting at it like a really nice table. He's got a big cushiony chair. It's got candles on it. It's got scrolls and a whole bunch of stuff. And he's just sitting there. He doesn't have a big floppy wizard hat. Well, he hung it up when he came in because he's a wizard. He's going to have one. But he's just sitting there and he's trying to think about it. He noticed that he doesn't have a staff, which is weird for most casters.
So may I ask,
why
is it that you have seemingly inflicted yourself with some sort of charm or curse that would remove part of your memory?
And he's like, well, that's the problem with memory spells. I don't remember.
Well, judging by the energies involved, it should wear off by morning. Are you going to go insane and
he's like,
blow everyone up?
I certainly hope not. For your sake.
Well, perhaps until then we should figure out how much do you know about the mists that surround Dorovia, as well as this Strahd chap.
It sounds like you have a pet bird. I know you don't, but it does. Or do you have a
It's
pet
just
bird?
because it's kind of like spring /
Yeah, I gotcha. And he's thinking as well. I know we're in a demiplane. I don't know why I can't get out of the demiplane. I can jump from plane to plane to plane. It's not that hard if you know what you're doing.
If I understand this correctly, powerful entities and deities and such in control of their demiplane can control egress and ingress into it.
Yeah, but I mean, they can, but it's not that hard to hoodwink the system. You just got to know how to pull the weave. And I know how to pull the weave, but the fact that I'm still here is confusing. Well, no, maybe if I had my spell book. Help me find my spell book. And he starts like looking for his spell book. But
what does it look like?
It's a book. And he kind of just like makes a square shape with his hand. As someone you're a sorcerer, but you know the basics of magic. Wizards, do I want to say it so? You know what? A wizard without his spell book is like a dude without his dong. He doesn't go anywhere without it. It's kind of his big thing. That I didn't mean it like that, but it's very, very important to him. And the fact that he doesn't have it is probably telling to why he's in some of this situation.
Okay. I'm going to consider this about. So he doesn't remember. Like, how much does he remember? That's a good question.
I'm in Barovia. I'm in a demiplane. I came here for a reason.
I'll spend the next like however long it takes just systematically working through like
What
the
you
limits
know?
of his memory elimination.
Okay.
Like what
Basically,
precisely
he
has been
knows
eliminated?
he came to Barovia for a reason. There was a grand reason that he was coming here. And he tried something and it didn't work. And that's kind of where he knows he attempted to do something. And he doesn't remember what he tried to do and how it ended. But he just knows that he's here now. He can't find his spell book. And he knows that there's a devil that runs this place. He literally says the devil. I don't know if he said Strahd. If he did, that's on me. He didn't. He knows there's a devil here.
Okay, well, I will inform him of the locals' stories about him, how he led an insurrection against. At this point, I think we know Strahd is a vampire lord, right?
You know he's. I don't know if you know he's a vampire. Well, it's safe to assume that he's evil of some sort.
Yeah, I think we did though in the very beginning, the first couple sessions. You had me do a religion check to.
Okay, yeah, that's
on some
right.
of them.
Yeah, so you would know. And yet, when you mention that, like he's sitting there, he's got his head in his hand, and he's kind of like poking himself in the head, and he's like Strahd. He's trying to remember something he can't.
Yeah. So I fill him in on the story that we've heard from locals that he led an insurrection, rebellion of the locals, and in an ensuing battle, he was thrown off some sort of cliff into a lake.
And he's like, that doesn't sound like something that no one can beat me. I'm the best. I mean, I think I'm the best. I mean, I'm better than you guys, right? He looks too confused. And just like, good.
Oh, probably. Yeah, you're probably right about that. But
like the whole time, by the way, Memnon and Kiri, like if you don't tell the cookies to stop the moment you finish eating them and drinking, another plate just comes out with more. You literally will have to tell them to stop.
Right, we're going to come back and there's going to be a fat elf and just a round ball that was a halfling.
Yeah, looking like that chick from Willy Wonka, but not blue. I remember the kids. One lesson was Fudge, Augustus Fudge.
Augustus Gloop.
Gloop, but he was stuck in the fudge or something. I remember Augustus.
He's stuck in the milk chocolate.
Yeah, the river. But he can't remember. He gets frustrated. He gets frustrated, and he's like, maybe I'll remember in the morning. All I know right now is I want something. What was it called? What's it called? I'm hungry. I want to think. I want ale. And what was it? Greenwood.
If we promise to help you look for your spell book, will you at least give us a chance to speak to you in the morning before you decide if you want to memory charm yourself again?
He looks and he's kind of annoyed because he's annoyed because he's trying to remember what he wants, and he's kind of half paying attention to you. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's like, what was it? Greenwood wouldn't say it. Oh, fuck, what was it? And he goes, oh, yeah, pizza. And then one of the many things, like a pizza comes floating out. It's basically he wants pizza and beer, and he's kind of sitting there and he's thinking and he's eating pizza and beer.
Hey, I'm not good at putting things together, but they said you were, or some wizard was fighting Strahd, got thrown into the lake, and we heard that somebody was out throwing lightning into the lake. It's got to be connected in some way. Something drew you out there. That was you.
I mean, it's possible.
Maybe your spell book's in there somewhere. That's where you got thrown.
Well, maybe. You know what? It might be.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
He's sitting there thinking about it. You know what? It may be out there. Let's go look. And he gets up and he rushes out to the out of the door.
Man, you don't. I'll chase after him. I'll try to
Grab
quickly
this big floppy wizard
put on my
hat.
boots.
You can put your boots on, but your socks are still in that metal box.
I will not leave my holy socks, so I will grab them first.
You can hear the box now. It's making a loud whirling noise.
I look for a door to open it up.
Definitely a square metal door up top.
I try to open the door.
There's even a little thing you can put your hands under. You try to open it, and there's some sort of lock.
I look at the top of it to see if there's a way, a key, button, something that will cause it to open.
Now I don't know if it's canonical that English is common, but I feel like it's easy enough that I'm going to say it is.
It might have symbols as well.
I would think if anything. I mean, who knows what common? There's no universal language on Earth. I know Earth.
Well, so here's the thing. I like the way. Oh shit! I forgot who it was that explained. But oh shit! Yeah, I forget. I think it's Jordan PH is silent or someone else. Anyway, someone explained that common is a trade language basically, and it's an amalgamation of Elven, human, native languages, as well as Dwarvish, Gnomish, and all these other languages. So while it's easy and common for you to say I want 20 ale and 6 steaks, it's easy to get across concepts like that, but it's hard.
It's harder to say I want 20 these exact types of beer, and I want this.
But it's difficult to hold a conversation discussing philosophy or religion in common because you just don't have nuance, clarity to it.
There's a little knob on the top right, and right now there's a little the little triangles pointing on a thing that says something about a cycle. You don't see any bikes, but it says cycle.
He starts turning the knob to see if it does anything differently.
You get it to the top, and it lets out a honk, and then you hear a very loud, audible click.
I try to open the door.
It pops right up.
I look for my socks.
They're in there. They're soaking wet.
I grab them and start wringing them out on my way to follow.
Yeah,
stomping my boots on.
Yeah, they're definitely still in there.
Yep, yeah, I grab them and I'm wringing them out, and the water all over the floor as I my boots are still unlaced, and I'm kind of huffing after morning cutting.
Are you going? Is anyone else following him out to the lake?
Unless told to come. Injex, or Memnon rather, is just laying on the floor in pain.
Okay, yeah. He rushes out to the lake, and he, you know what? What about Carrie? Is Carrie staying there overstuffed on cookies as well?
See, the whole thing is when she asked for the cookies originally, she started making piles. So she was doing 1 for me, 2 for Memnon, 1 for the road, piles, basically.
Alright.
So Memnon just ate his whole pile.
And so, what are you doing? Are you going out? Are you going to continue making piles?
No, I'll go follow Perrin.
What is Lex staying and looking at books?
Yep, Lex is currently doing deep research into what the Mad Mage knows about vampires and undead in general.
All right, give me a sec.
Yeah, because I have the researcher background feature.
This is, I mean, it's no Candlekeep, but for what this is like a individual person's. There's ridiculous amount of books.
Yeah, I would imagine short of like Strahd's own private libraries, this is probably like the biggest collection of knowledge in these lands.
Yeah. And it's got a pretty good like it's alphabetized. But one second. Just give me a quick. I mean, research you're gonna. Would that be like a intelligence check at advantage or?
Yeah, I think intelligence. Could I use history?
Yeah, that's fine. Use history at advantage because you're a researcher. Oh man, 21. You find a couple books about vampires. Some of them don't make sense. I need 2 seconds. One of them is, oh man, I don't know who did research for vampires in Forgotten Realms. Watching too much lore recently. It's all mixed up.
Watching too much, yeah.
Yeah, watch it seriously. It's like the lore you should know on YouTube, man. It's what I've been watching. But we'll say, fuck it. We'll say one of Volo's early works are about stuff like that. So it's about, and there's a couple other books in the section. One of them has an author by the name of Stoker, and the other one has the written by someone whose last name is Meyer. And that seems to be under the like everything vampire that you can find here.
Meyer as in Meyer?
Yeah.
Diamond skin.
God
I had to Google it because I didn't know who wrote it.
God damn it. Okay, you got me. I'll laugh.
I fucking love Mordenkainen because I'm gonna bring in all this shit from Earth as I can.
Oh, you're from Earth? Do you know Perkins?
No, who he knows Ed Greenwood from Earth. He goes and they go to Canada. Him, Greenwood, and Elminster. They hang out in his house in Canada. It's canon.
Anyway, so yeah, what do I figure out about vampires from?
I mean, you don't learn literally anything new than what Enos would have said. I mean, there's no like secret information about vampires. It's all pretty much cut and dry. That being said, you don't know. There's nothing written about Strahd here.
Okay, I would imagine so.
You would think that a creature that could make like a demi-plane like this and have absolute control of everything, he's got to be a special case.
So, I would know from that research that like they are pretty much resistant towards kind of like the standard vampire resistances, right? Like necrotic.
Yeah. We'll say basically you get the equivalent of the regular vampire stat block knowledge.
So pretty much that sun sword is our.
That, and for some reason this Myers chick thinks that instead of like being damaged by sunlight, that they should sparkle, which doesn't track with anything else that you've read.
Maybe they're different breed.
Yeah, they're also vapid.
And yeah,
pieces of
and
shit.
like I'm gonna assume that you're probably a bit of a speed reader, and there's more. It's not like one of the original prints. It's like a paperback that has probably has a movie cover on it, and it's like there's more books to be continued. And on the last page, like to read the next book, there's just a giant X marked in ink. Like you read it and said no more.
Okay.
But while
Yeah.
you're looking through there, Kiri, Enos, and the Mad Mage, they go to the lake. And he's excuse me. He gets to the edge of next to the boat, and actually one of the things that happens, which is actually pretty neat. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. When you start to leave, he starts to cast a spell. Like right when you get out front, he casts some sort of spell, and he says, "All right, boy, make sure we're safe." Then you hear like a wolf, like a dog bark, but you don't see any. Then he starts heading to the lake, and you guys go along the path, and you can swear you hear this dog. You know how a dog sounds when he's running, but you don't see him. And you get to the edge of the lake. He actually stops and scratches like an invisible dog's head, and he goes, "All right, let's see if there's anything magical in this lake." And he starts to do the incantations, and he casts probably one of the largest detect magics, and you can't see it, but he's like, "Well, I don't see anything in magic in the lake." And he kind of starts walking along the edge while he's like holding the spell. He goes, "You guys, whoa, that sword's pretty powerful." He just kind of like mentions it like offhand. He doesn't look back at you, Enos, if you're following him. But he picked it up and goes, "Wow, that's..." And then he's like, "Wait, I do see a book." And he kind of turns and looks at Kiri. He goes, "Do you have my spell book?"
She starts emptying out her bags. I don't know. I might.
But give me my book. And he's like, not in the book, but in the movie, screaming, "Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?" Like that ridiculous screaming, and he's yelling at you. But he wants and then like he stops, like when you get halfway into it, like you start to pull it out. Nope, that's not my book. I'm sorry. I get a little carried away.
Hey, you have any idea where you landed?
I have no recollection of most of anything.
Huh.
Well, since I've been here, I remember things outside of here, somewhat. It's weird. It's like, how do I describe it? It's like when you go to say a word or think of a letter and a number takes its place halfway into saying it. It's bizarre.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Well, maybe, and then he kind of looks directly at you, and he's kind of like holding the last part of his spell. Like he's like, the weave is manipulation with like hands and whatnot. Like the last part, he's just like kind of holding it like it's a string on a guitar, and he's just holding it this entire time. And he kind of looks at you. He goes, "Well, and he's kind of got like his fingers in like kind of a. Nope, we're not going to say that. He's kind of got his fingers like a sideways finger gun, and he's like, I don't detect any magic on you. Maybe you're just dumb. And then he turns around and he keeps walking down the side of the lake.
Well, I don't know about that. That's what my mother always said that I was anyway. You said about the sword. I found this not that long ago. It's horror talks to me right from the sword.
I don't think. Well, I mean, it's not impossible. There are weapons that are alive.
Oh, the sword was over by like a graveyard, and I really don't think he would know where your book is, but I can see if Hor knows, and I'll ask. And he kind of closes his eyes and stops for a moment, and he asks he asks Hor because he thinks that Hor is talking through the sword. If to help guide them, like he's praying to Saint Anthony or something like that, help guide them to this book. This wizard Mordekainen fought Strahd, who we're trying to kill, and lost and got thrown in this lake. And guide me, and he's putting his faith into this sword. That is a word of horror.
It's like someone praying to like the radio that was listening. He thinks he's listening to Christian music or something. The sword kind of replies. He goes, well, he would tell you not to put all your eggs in the basket of this wizard if Strahd's already struck him down. Just like he doesn't seem that impressed. He doesn't mention that he's not Hor, and he's like, I don't know about this idiot's book.
That's a shame. Well, our goal is to take out Strahd. He might be able to help us out. He got defeated before, but he didn't have allies like me and my group.
Well, I mean, I don't have a voice for the sword. I need to put more work into the sword. He said he appreciated the earlier slaughter of the werewolves. If he might have already said it earlier when you were fighting. Actually, when you were fighting, he would have been really excited. It's not Strahd, but it was Strahd's minions. He would have been really excited. And he was like, well, if you're out here, if you can't find this idiot's book, maybe you can find more of his minions to kill.
Yes.
He seems more. Yeah, he seems more worried about finding things to kill than helping this idiot who's already failed to kill Strahd find a book. Who gives a shit about a book? You don't need a book to kill people. You need a blade. He's a blade. Let's go kill Strahd.
Yeah, I want to leave too, but I think we gotta bring people with us. I mean, I'm ready to go, but I need my group to go, and I don't think they'll come along if they think it's just gonna lead right to their deaths.
He just sighs, like the sword sighs. It doesn't fit, you don't see it like physically exhale, but it's annoyed.
There'll be plenty of blood, believe me. I plan on killing a lot more stuff.
Sorry. Did you put your cookies in the bag next to the book?
Yes.
They're gone.
She looks extremely sad.
Yeah. Anything that you took from the mansion is gone.
Unless it's in her belly.
Yeah, unless you've eaten it. Like, you're still full.
Does that mean the water's gone? They're dry now?
I was thinking about that. I'm going to say no, because the machine itself is a gift. The machine's physically there; it's not part of the mansion.
Oh, okay.
He can put stuff. It's normally with Mordekainen's mansion, like whenever you put shit in there and it closes, it kicks it all out. But because he is in fact Mordekainen, I feel like he can just store shit in there. He's like kind of combined. It's like a giant portable hole that you can live in, and I personally want.
Well, Morty, what are we doing here? You see anything?
This entire time, he's just been walking the length of the shore, and he's not really paying attention. Like the last time he stopped paying attention to you is when he realized Kiri didn't have his book, and he kind of like a monk, like praying with how he's holding the spell, and he's just walking, and he's not detecting any magic, any new magic. And he gets.
I'm gonna try to catch up to him.
Yeah, he's not walking fast. He's he probably you would have started here, and he would have gotten to about, let's see, hold on, make sure I don't like do ridiculous amount of distance, like 18 miles. He would have traveled about from there to this part here, and he would say it's not in the lake.
You can see the whole lake.
Well, it's not in the lake. I know if it was here, I would know.
Maybe we go back. I got another idea that might work.
What about the mountain that you fell off of?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. See, you're the guys that told me I fell off a mountain. I don't remember that.
I forget a lot of things too. It's all right.
Maybe I'm getting old. Like 200 something, I think. I don't know. Let's go back. It's not in this lake.
Well, what about do you remember what mountain? He's gonna ask that every time, even though he.
Yeah. Like you keep asking him, and every time he just looks at you a little bit more annoyed.
You remember you're annoyed. That's good. You're getting your memory back.
And and then he just starts walking back to the mansion opening. He's really just kind of ignoring you. I personally think it's hilarious. You should keep annoying him.
Hey, remember that time we fought those werewolves? You came in and saw us. That was cool.
And he just kind of grumbles. He's just like storm cloud overhead, grumbling and going back to the mansion.
Hey, I don't know a lot about like magic stuff.
Many things, I assume.
Wow, yeah, but yeah, that's probably right. But one thing I do know is that when you make magic, sometimes you can just get rid of it for a while. Maybe you do that to where you're at. All the fake stuff will go away, and your book, which is real, will stick around if it's there somewhere.
Wait, are you telling him he should destroy all magic items around him?
No. What I'm basically telling him is that he, yeah, we should do that. You go. He's got that the mansion spell. So if he gets rid of that, everything will disappear that isn't actually physically there, which there might be mostly illusional stuff. So only like maybe his book and a few other things are all that's left.
Oh, that would have been like the biggest dick move ever. You know what? Maybe I should get rid of all things magic. And he just waves his hands.
Oh fuck.
He just kind of he thinks about it for a second, and then he just kind of heads back to at this point in time, it's like a walk and talk. He's annoyed. Kiri's probably a little upset that her cookies are gone. Maybe someone stole them. When you get back to the mansion, he gets in. Who goes in behind him?
I guess I do.
You can't get in. You kind of like walk in, and the door just kind of like an invisible door smacks you in the face. You actually feel the rock, and he's like, "Oops, I must have forgot."
I think now Enos would he'd be annoyed.
And then he lets you in after you hit your face. Yeah, there's actually probably more than 200, but basically there's not an inch of your armor that isn't being polished by an invisible servant.
Yeah, I forgot you can ask invisible servants to do stuff.
Oh yeah, it's basically
Oh, could you
Memnon.
cheat at Jenga?
What?
Could you use invisible servants to cheat at Jenga?
Yes.
I would assume so.
Just have them hold up the tower.
Unless
Yeah,
you're
but
playing
I would
against
feel like
another
wizards
magic user.
would play like invisible, like an unseen servant Jenga, and like they would just sit there and not move and make their servants do it. Has Memnon basically been lying on this floor the entire time?
Probably a groan or two. But yeah, pretty much.
You do that for about 20, 25 minutes, and then like this ghost comes up, and he has like a little shot glass, but it's full of some sort of pink liquid, and he tries to hand it to you.
I like slightly throw up in my mouth and like wave it away. I can't drink anymore.
And like the ghost, he doesn't say anything, but he's like trying to insist. But if you say like no twice, he'll go away.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it is.
I mean, that
and he thinks
perfect
he's just-
sense. And then he just kind of everything just vanishes. Yeah, if you spent the whole time reading about it, you would say the Stoker book, while pretty entertaining, wasn't really much information wise. You especially about the thrall, like it seems more of a entertainment value book than actual knowledge.
Actually, how about revenants? Like the one we ran into. Does he have information on them?
Give me another history check. We'll see if we can find anything about revenants.
16?
You find a blurb. He has like Volo's the book with the vampires. It's a kind of more like an undead book, like this undead nasties and monsters. And there's a little blurb about revenants, about how some people think that they're a new type of like zombie or white because they're intelligent and they're in armor, but that if you see a revenant, it's probably bad news because if you see one, they're probably after you, and that means it's dead. But sometime in its life, you wronged it so bad it couldn't die, and it's come back to reclaim his vengeance. But he has roughly 8 months to a year to actually fulfill this thing, and if he doesn't, he dies.
Well, that's obviously not true for those other revenants because they look like.
He told you that it had been, like 200 years since they attacked him?
Yeah, I'd share basically everything I've learned with the others once they return and just be like, something about this place. Maybe it is because we are on a demi-plane and not the prime material. Things may not function the way that we think they do. Perhaps on this plane, revenants can stay indefinitely. After all, where else are they going to go? I assume they too cannot leave through the mists.
I'm trying to think. Nah, that's something.
I think we should take the night to rest here, as obviously the woods around here are, well, they are dangerous, infested with werewolves. But in the morning, we should take the boat back and go to this. Was it called Argencourt?
Arkenvost.
Yeah, I'm gonna butcher its name every time
That's-
because
hey,
these names are fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Yeah, we should go there and talk to the companions of our revenant friend. Does anyone remember his name? Because I don't.
I don't either. That's sad. Lord something, I'm sure.
I'm terrible bad with names.
Oh man, I'm looking at my notes. Oh god, I did not keep good notes. The last stuff I really see about notes are in the house of the Death House.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about it is that I think he called it the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Order the Silver Dragon, definitely. This is why I need to keep notes in Roll20. Hold on. I started that, but that's the weapon vendor.
Vladimir Horngard?
I don't know if he had an actual name. Let me look.
Yeah, he may not have given us an actual name.
Oh no, Vladimir's the leader. I think you did give us a name, I just don't think anyone wrote it down.
Okay, so order the Silver Dragon. Tell any revenants we are here to help. Place is the Agenscholtz and talk to Lord Valdemir Horngard.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the guy who owns. He was the lord of it.
Yes, no, and this is 400 years ago. We called him Ted Edgesquire.
Oh, we called the Revenant Ted Esquire? That's funny.
That's what you guys named him on 723.
This is why back in Backwater, I used to bring Robin because she did all my reports for me. She was the best. She is the best.
I only know about that one because it's literally the only note in my bio. I have put Rick rolled a 20 on whatever roll it was on 723.
Well, yes, so yes, I suggest we go to this Argenvost Holt. There we go.
Arkenvost.
That's how I spelled it.
All I know is I remember it from watching the Dice Camera Action when they went there, and I'm just saying the way Perkins said it.
Yes, and speak with these this Vladimir. See if he can clue us into, well, any weaknesses of the castle or some way that they might know of how to dispel the mist. I assume from my research, I gather that like one surefire way to diffuse all of like the shenanigans is to kill the vampire lord.
Yeah, you would know that if you can. One of the things you do pick up is that if you manage to slay the Lord, whatever evil of the land should dissipate. However, if you kill him, his body will start to like if you kill him and he turns like into smoke or something. He's not dead if you kill him like you would normally kill a person. You have to basically kill him in his coffin or his place of rest, or he will not die.
Right, we need to go stake him in his. According to this Stoker fellow, we need to find his coffin and stake him. Otherwise, he won't stay dead.
I'm good for that.
I don't think this mayor chick knows what she's talking about. Half of this sounds very, very implausible, as well as the descriptions of werewolves in here do not match the werewolves we ran into outside. Anyway, I need to be right back. I need to go carry something heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Well, does anyone else want to do anything while they're here for the night in the magnificent mansion?
Like I said, I think he'll continue. He doesn't read all that often, but he'll look at the pictures and some of the there's any books about stonemasonry or horror.
You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna say he does this. Yeah, gotta go to Gotham. Oh, never mind. He has like a large like a couch, and he just kind of plops down on it while he's eating pizza, and he grabs some sort of weird wand, and he like points it at this box, and it turns on, and it's like a moving book. He's just sitting there reading this moving book. He's like, I don't know why I keep watching this, and it's a show about 6 friends, 3 guys, 3 girls. They're dating. Will Ross ever end up with what's her name?
Grown.
He's just sitting there drinking beer, eating pizza, and watching Friends. He's been stuck here so long, he doesn't know what to do with himself. Oh man, I should have went with The Office. Too late now. So
Discord keeps on cutting in and out.
But if you want to, I don't know if you heard the last thing I said, but you could sit next to him and read this book as well, if you wanted to, Enos. It doesn't make any sense. There's no combat. They're just talking to each other. Oh, man, Discord hates him. Anything that Carrie? Are you want to look for books on plants and animals, Carrie?
Yes.
You could just throwing it out there. Start reading your book.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. She'll start reading that.
No. Yeah, if you even mention a spa day, like some of the ghosts will help you up through a door you didn't see before, and you could walk through it, and it has like a giant like natural hot pool in it that is steaming up, and next to it are a couple basically plastic beach chairs, and if you want to do that, then they have ghosts like they'll come do the cucumbers over your eyes and all that.
But yeah, he's never had that, so he's doing the full package.
Get the full mani pedi.
Might
get
get
the-
2-hour massage, anything
Yeah.
and everything.
Got to get the dead skin off your. They basically, what's it called? What they do? You have to have what are those?
Exfoliate.
Yeah, exfoliate. Giving you like they got the little petty eggs they're doing on your feet. Just getting off all the skin, revealing skin's freshest layer. I like to think Kiri's doing this while reading her book.
Yes, she is. She's got like
That's
a little...
absolutely something you can do. I mean, it's a spa day. Who doesn't take books?
Yeah.
Like, if you get in a full body massage, Like they have the little thing where like you stick your head through and you can read the book underneath it.
That's what she's doing.
This night. I mean, Barovia has been pretty shit. I mean, since you've been here, but this is living. Oh wait, I guess Kev's AFK and Peren's Discord just has disdain for him.
I got it back up now. Keeps on cutting out, but it should be good
Did
now.
you start it? I think he dropped again.
No, I got it.
So yeah, I mean there are pictures, books there if you want. Do you want to look through the books or do you want to watch TV with them? You know.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No, I was talking to you.
No,
Kev's
I had to.
AFK. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
he would. If people are they're looking at it TV.
Yeah, basically what happened is Kiri and Memnon mentioned something about a spa, and then he got led into a room that has, right now it has 2 plastic beach chairs and massage tables and an actual physical hot spring that they're in. But he sat down and basically he turned on the TV and he's watching Friends.
That's cool. I will sit down next to him and say that he wants to watch something about Whore's Wrath.
He goes, oh man. I want to make the joke of like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Like, show me something with whores in it.
Oh yeah, man.
Something with whores in it.
He is, well, okay, and he turns on the Jersey Shore.
I don't know if this is right. They are fighting though.
Oh, and he's like, oh well, if combat's what you want, oh man, you know what? He turns on the WWE. I think that theatrical combat would be perfect for Enos.
Must be barbarians. None of them got armor on.
Oh no, he's like, in this realm they don't use many weapons. I mean, well, they do, but they're nothing you wouldn't understand. They don't use swords.
Why are they so greased up?
It's some ritual. I don't know. I don't know why he just stands there and lays there while the guy jumps off the thing, but apparently he can. Lex, right now, Memnon and Kiri are getting a spa day. Fireforge and Mordenkainen are on the couch watching WWE and eating pizza. What would you like to do?
I find it disturbing that you know what?
He just has like that interdimensional cable package like from Rick and Morty. So he gets everything.
I find it disturbing that everyone else is in a life or death situation. Everyone else finds this pocket of peace, and instead of taking advantage of it.
Well, to be fair, Kiri is starting to read her book for wisdom.
Yeah, so she's going to stay true to her ideals.
Okay.
Which is, one must study war in order to achieve peace.
Oh man!
So she is going to start researching methods of how to trap Strahd if we were to like slay him and prevent him from going back to his coffin.
Yeah, I mean, you've pretty much gotten anything you are on Strahd, but give me another history check, and you do have advantage.
I'm thinking more in terms of like this is like arcane,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like arcane circles, wards, that kind of thing. History?
Yeah. Let's see. 9. There's not a lot because he's. What is he considered? I don't know. Is he a. I want to say he's like a lesser demon lord or devil. Devil, let me say.
Fiend.
He's just undead.
Didn't we get 2 scrolls for somewhere? One
You
was
got-
protection from undead.
One was protection from fiends.
How come that's vanished from my inventory?
Yeah, I think you got one and Kira got the other.
How come that's vanished?
I have no clue. I didn't touch it. But you don't find much. You find a book about. It's literally called "The Art of War" by some weird name. If you want to cruise through that, but you've probably read through most of something like that, like the Forgotten Realms version. I'm sure they have something a lot like it.
Sun Tzu.
Yeah, I don't. It's like common, but it's like a weird version of common. It's probably all Chinese. Like the
Funnily
old,
enough, I've read The Art of War.
I've tried to like twice. It's so dry, and I have ADD.
Yeah,
But
I think
maybe
it's
they're-
better to read it in Mandarin if you can.
I can barely read English because I'm a big dummy. But yeah, so if you want, you can do your spa and then go to bed. You have 8 hours. Well, you know what? We'll say, I think how many hours a day can you read of that book? I think it actually has a thing on it. I am looking for it. Nope, that's something else. That's from a different. That is from Deliverance. You can only read. So you could probably get a good 16 hours of that book read of the 48 you need
Okay.
in there. Lex is sitting there cramming all her armor. Like there's a couple ghosts that like are holding it up, kind of like a display. While all the other ones are cleaning it. The weapons cleaned. Everything's cleaned. Enos is on the couch watching wrestling with Mordecai, and Mordecai is annoyed. He wanted to see combat, and this is what he had. After your full mani-pedi, full body massage, what are you doing, Memnon? Anything, or are you just going to bed?
Just going to bed.
All right. In the morning, everyone's woken up from just a horrible scream coming from like the main and like the TV room, basically. Like I don't know if anyone had gone to bed. The ghost would have pointed you to bed. But he kind of slept on the couch. I don't know if Enos slept on the couch as well. Oh man.
I'll grab the short sword and run downstairs.
No, hold on. Before that, Enos is a big snorer, isn't he?
You would think so. Enos doesn't know. But I suppose he like if I suppose he would.
Give me a perception check before the scream.
Give me 1 second. I gotta get in there.
That's fine. 1 second, Carrie. Give it to me at disadvantage.
Okay, perception check. As soon as this pops up, I'll do it.
I sent to you in Discord, Carrie. Alright. 17, you get woken up about, you're not sure how long after, but you feel yourself being carried. Like there's like 40 or 50, maybe even more of these ghosts, and they're carrying you to a different room.
Carried?
Yeah, you're being carried by these ghosts.
He'll wake up and just like look around, see if he notices. I'm sure he notices that they're ghosts right away.
You would have, I mean,
translucent and
yeah. Well, for this reason, fucking.
What do they look like?
You know what? They're unseen, so you wouldn't see them, but you would know here that a lot of shit gets done just by itself, and you seem to be flying. Actually, is what you would entail from this. Hey, Giddy.
How far up in the air am I? Just like
you're
6
only
feet, or
you're not even. You're probably like, especially for these guys, you're probably like 3 feet off the ground.
What the hell's going on?
You notice that they're taking you to another room, and if you get into the room, you notice that there's a bed. If you're just kind of sitting there letting them carry you, they'll put you on the bed gently.
Yeah, he's looking at his destination. If it seems like something normal, he'll just kind of ride this out.
Yeah, it's a room. They heave you on the bed. They don't like chuck you, but are you still in your armor, or did you take that off during the night?
I think I lost you again.
Sorry, did you take your armor off, or did you leave it on?
No, I hear you. They chucked me on the bed. That was the last thing I heard.
What have you taken your armor off, like when you were watching or wrestling?
If he was gonna go to bed, unless he fell asleep with his armor on, he would have taken him off to rest.
Okay, yeah. Well, you kind of fell asleep on the couch, unless you. I just assumed you would have. Had you would have went to bed when you were bored, you could have.
Yeah, if he had no intention of falling asleep, he might have kept his armor on for a little while. But if he knew he was like passing out, he would have taken it off. So I'm thinking he would still have it on.
They when you're floating, you feel your armor is loosening, like they're taking it off, but you can see there's like a lit room that has like a candle on, and there's like an empty bed.
In that case, he would try to get out of their grasp, and or their invisible grasp, and try to get his feet back on the ground. Kind of work his hands off his armor. Doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like say anything, they'll put you down.
Thank you. I think I can walk myself to bed. I guess you're telling me to go to bed, huh?
And you hear in the distance, "You snore too loud."
Yeah, we'll see. You haven't fallen asleep yet.
I was trying.
Snores. Yeah, my mother said that everybody snores. It's a fact of life.
And then he doesn't respond. But in the morning, you hear a scream, and then I believe bring it back to where Lex is hauling ass down out of her room. Probably would have been upstairs. And Mordenkainen's there. He's kind of at the table, and he's screaming, "Oh God, it's all my fault! Oh God!" And he's kind of freaking out.
Hey, you remember your promise?
You know what? Let's see if he does remember his promise. I don't know what his intelligence is, but I'm willing to assume at least a 5. Yeah, he's like, he's like, it's like he's acting like his brain's kind of on fire. He's like, sure, my book threw me off the mountain. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Oh God, I can't do anything.
Look,
and he's freaking out.
Calmly now. I've already said that we are going to help you find your book. Once we do, you will be in control of your powers, yes? You will regain some of your capabilities, your faculties.
He doesn't see, he's kind of listening. 1 second, I gotta yawn. He seems really he's kind of lost it, but he remembers you, and he's kind of calming down.
Patient about it. She's like treating basically like a soldier who has PTSD. And
I got you.
Them down.
And it's a very apt metaphor, because he's freaking out.
She's not unfamiliar to this
yeah, especially you would. This is like the most severe case that you've ever seen, but it's not. It's textbook. It's just extreme. And
should I roll some check?
Roll persuasion. I'm not going to give you any advantage or disadvantage. Just see how well you calm down. 15. He double 15, which makes it better than an actual 20. Because if you roll it twice, that's harder. It's more impressive. He starts to kind of he's hyperventilating, but he's calming down. And then he looks like he's about to calm down. He starts freaking out again for another good 5 minutes. Everyone could hear this if they want to come down. No, they don't. It was a joke. I was watching something, and I think Rothus. It sounds like it's Rothus. He rolled 2 2s, and he goes, statistically, that's a lot harder than rolling a 20.
I know, it is.
He did not get what he wanted. But he starts to freak out again, and then eventually he calms down to the point where his eyes are still wild, and he's looking around, but he's not hyperventilating. He's kind of holding the table, but he seems, and all of you could have come down during this time. I think Lex probably would have been the first one there. She's kind of got like the hand out, like to kind of like calm down, buddies, calm down, breathe in, breathe out, calm down. And he's sitting at his desk, and his eyes, like yesterday, for the lack of a better term, he kind of looked stoned. Like his eyes weren't necessarily red and bloodshot, but they were definitely kind of like glazed over. They do not seem glazed over now. They're very panicky, but he's all there.
Here, look. Have a drink. And she's going to pull out some of her Wizards of the Vine wine and just pour him out like a shot to steady his nerves.
Give me another persuasion. If you rolled double 15s again, that would be ridiculous. You did not.
I did.
He's like, no. And he kind of like knocks the wine over. He's like, no. Give me. You're done. And like, it takes like a good half hour. He's freaking out. he needs a stress dog, which ironically he has a dog. Anyways, he gets to the point where he's calmed down, and it's probably the best you're going to get out of him. This is probably the most lucid he's been, and he's not freaking out.
Well, when you say you threw your book off the mountain, do you remember where?
Like, I didn't throw my book. Strahd threw me off the fucking mountain. But that bastard took it, and he took my staff.
So he has your book and your staff.
He's got it up in his fucking... He got it points. I mean, you're in a pocket dimension, but you think he's just kind of pointing north to the...
He got it up in his castle up on the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's more problematic. But if I'm to understand this correctly, unless he is a fairly powerful wizard himself, he cannot use your book, can he?
He's not a wizard. He's a vampire. He can't use that. He just doesn't want me to have it because he's an asshole.
Well,
he's evil.
I think
Have you not seen everything out and around? And every time you try to talk, he's interrupting you. Like, you're trying to talk sense, and he just knows more than everybody. But eventually he stops, and I will let you talk because I want to hear what you have to say, but just know when you start to say it, he will try to talk over you, but then you'd stop.
So she'll eventually work through it that she suspects that the group, like us four, are going that way. So if we ever run into Strahd, we will see about seeing if we can get your book back. We will do this on one condition. You help us figure out how to get out of here and back to the Sword Coast.
When you mentioned helping him get his book and staff back, he kind of like looks at you, gives you the squinty eye, and goes, I'll go with. I don't need your help. I know how you adventurers are. You find something really powerful, and you try to keep it for yourselves.
I have no need for.
You're not the first adventurer I've come in contact with. I've been doing it for 200 years, and you're all the same.
What does your staff look like?
It gives you a glance. And I don't know what Mordenkainen's staff looks like.
It looks like a staff of wonder.
Probably. We'll say it's if you're going to show him the one staff you have, that he would say that's not it. That's part of a tree. That's not even barely a staff.
That's
he's much more ruder than he was yesterday.
Carrie looks very sad and dejected. She goes, "I'm sorry."
Showing me, this is not even barely. That's from that tree those stupid druids have.
I'll surreptitiously cast a message to Carrie and just tell her, do not be offended. This is just the trauma speaking.
I heard that. You got all your message spells? It's not a trauma, it's a trauma. I'm Mordenkainen, goddammit, I can do whatever I want. But I can't get out of this shitty little demi-plane.
Can you not create another spellbook?
It took me 200 years to make that spellbook. There's magics in there I haven't even finished yet.
You know what? I bet Strahd has it.
I know he does!
Yes, we've worked that out already.
Yeah, only one way to get that back.
Want to come with us to take it back?
No. I'm working on something, I think. I don't know. All those people died. Don't even know why I came here to free these people, because he's evil. Evil like that shouldn't stand.
Well, if you work with us, you can kill him and free the people.
Mm, I underestimated him last time. I thought he was a regular vampire. I don't know what he is exactly, but he's more than a vampire.
Does he sparkle in the daylight?
Oh God, have you read that fucking book? The problem with this thing, like when I bring stuff, I've thrown that book out of this thing 50 times, and the fucker keeps coming back. I think that's Greenwood's joke. He thinks it's so funny. Elminster thought he's the one who gave it to him.
All right. Well, I think in a situation like this, Strahd is effectively the lord of this land. And the simplest way to depose the lord, well, not the simplest way. The simplest way is to ride in there and cut his head off. But obviously that did not work, and I nod towards Morden kind of.
He's like, yeah, I had everyone in there.
So the second best way.
He managed to turn half of them before we even got to the gates. They jumped right off the fucking bridge.
So the second way we do this, how you take over effectively a country or a kingdom, is you erode his support underneath him. So I suggest we start visiting each individual location of power, so to say, and attempt to convince them to stop supporting Strahd's schemes. Starting with the others who seem like they're already predisposed to rise up against him, like this.
No, this is what I'm going to do. Calm down. You've snapped me out of it, and I thank you for that. But I'm going to go get my spellbook. I'm going to get my wand and my staff. But I'm not going to be an idiot about it this time. Actually, give me 1 second, because he's going to do something for you guys. I had it saved, but I was looking through the book earlier and I lost the page, so give me a minute. Actually, if anyone has to use the bathroom, take 5. If not, I'll be back here in a sec.
Okay.
Okay, I am back. Did anyone go do anything, or if you're not here, say something.
Lol.
I think
I'm making some coffee, but
No.
we can keep going.
Well,
I don't jug going in the back. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know if Brian's here. He may need to get something to drink. Did you get that link, Kiwi?
What?
Did you get that link in Discord?
Yes.
All right. Holy shit.
So,
Man, I don't know if this is, it's definitely not true, but I'm gonna go with it because it's super impressive. All right, I think everyone's back, correct? Or I think the only one left is Brian.
I'm here.
All right, he says, "Nope, I'm going to go and I'm going to get it. I appreciate what you've done with for me, but I I need to do this. But if I see you after I get my stuff, I will be more than happy to help you. But in the meanwhile, take this with you." And he goes to each one of you, and he starts casting a spell. And he goes, "This charm will help. You will need this probably. I mean, you will need this here. There's no probably about it." And he casts a charm of heroism on you. And
what's that?
basically, it gives you the it's like a potion of hero. Basically, you cast heroism on yourself whenever you want to. It makes you, from what I remember, I need to double check. I think it makes you immune to frighten, and it gives you a temporary hit points. That's the person's intelligence modifier. And if it's anything off of like the stat block I just found,
Charm of
and
heroism.
yeah, and what I said, why I said holy shit, is you will get, you'll be temporary. Oh, I think you get 10 temporary hit points that last an hour, and you are under. Oh, that's even way better. I was looking at the spell, but basically, you get 10 temporary hit points, and you are under the effects of a bless spell.
That's pretty much it from what it says.
Yeah.
Look at the.
We'll go with that. I just saw that Mordenkainen's intelligence modifier is a +10, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Shit, I hit page back.
I put it in. Oh, I see what you did. Yeah. But basically, once you can use this once whenever you want. You can use this charm whenever you want to, and it's good for an hour. So, like, if you run into that bastard between now and then, this might save your life.
Yeah, probably will.
But don't waste it. You wouldn't be the first adventurers to die. Have you?
Yes,
Have
you
you guys
run
seen
into
the-
a few remains of some others inside a death house.
Have you guys seen the parade in Barovia? It's terrifying.
No, I think we missed it.
Oh well,
Did we see a parade? I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
No, we left town before the mandatory meeting.
But that wasn't that. Give me 1 second. I just want to double check because I just remember that personally. I want to say it's once a night, but I may be wrong. Yeah, every night the spirits of the dead adventurers in the village of Barovia, they rise from the graveyard and walk towards the castle. It's terrifying. Because when you die in Barovia, you don't really die. He keeps you here forever. So I don't know about you guys, but I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yes, this was not a planned excursion.
Yeah, well, this was for me. When I woke up after he threw me off the mountain, I had a bit of a fit, if you couldn't tell. And I don't remember everything. I just know. I mean, I normally remember everything, but I did that to myself because I couldn't handle it, which was stupid on my part. Don't tell anyone I ever said that, or I'll vaporize you where you stand. But I'm going there now, so if you have anything in here, get it out because I'm about to close it. He's talking about the his mansion.
Yeah,
Make sure I have all my shit.
he's gonna go upstairs and get dressed.
He kind of gives you time. He when you come back down, like how he had the TV and everything, all that stuff's gone. It looks way much more like a actual wizard's tower than like a freshman dorm with a really impressive wall of books. Instead of like there just being one wall of books, that's literally like 3 stories of ridiculous. And there's more books than there was before, but there's a lot more just arcane stuff, like and different types of like you can't read the title. They're in all different. You recognize like some's in a like not abyssal, Sylvan, but from what you can tell, you probably wouldn't have been able to read them anyways. I don't want you to think I cheated you out of books.
Well, again, I like to the rest of the group. I suggest we head towards Arjun Lost Hope because it's so close.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, it's Arkham Hostels. That's with those crazy, the Silver Order guys, right?
Yeah. We were told we should speak to the person in charge.
You know, I tried talking to that miserable bastard.
How'd that go?
Well, he wasn't too keen on having his undead help me.
Why not? You know, seems like it'd be a good thing to get rid of him.
I don't know, that Hornguard, right? He's not right in the head.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
He doesn't seem to catch that.
Yes, there is a lot of that going around. She looks at
Like
Enos.
Like these guys are. He's not even. If he's aware of what you're saying, he doesn't seem to. But like he's kind of like Fantasia.
I'm saying.
Oh, I get you. That yeah, I see about Enos. I like that. That's great. But yeah, he's rearranging his mansion.
Sometimes we'd have people that were born in the village. They wouldn't be right in the head. If that didn't get corrected, we just like someone would just throw them down the well.
And what's your excuse?
I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. Anyways, get your shit. We're going.
Okay. Picks up. He's got his sun sword hilt and everything else.
And he sees it, so he's like, hold on to that. There are 3 things in this land that will help destroy the devil. That is one of them.
That a rightful cause and praying to whore.
No, you idiot. There's literally 3 items in Barovia that he has hidden that will help you destroy him.
Oh, okay. What's the first one?
The Sun Blade or sword. Whatever the shit is called.
Oh, yeah. That's why a whore speaks to me through it.
He just kind of rolls his eyes. He's not going to bother explaining to you that your god has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
What are the other two?
Oh, well, those are, and I'm looking for them right. See, my problem is I go straight to the book instead of using the thing on the side.
I've started to use that more in the game, partially because like I don't have the book for Waterdeep. Like it's Storm
Yeah.
King's Thunder. I never used it, hardly ever. And then now that I don't have the book, at least until tomorrow for the Dragon Heist,
Yeah.
I've had to use it, and it's actually not bad.
There's a holy symbol to the Raven Queen, I think, Raven Con. It's a holy symbol. It's any kind of size, because when you get it, you'll probably have to give it to this one. But you have a cleric level when you don't you? He doesn't say that. You're a bit of a cleric, aren't you? You're a sorcerer slash fighter, aren't you, Lex? So he kind of like, you'll probably have to give it to this one here. It's a holy symbol. It's got it looks like the sun, and it helps. It's really powerful against undead. I know it has something in it that you can use to immobilize vampires.
He's probably going to end up with all three items.
Is he speaking to Enos?
Yeah, he's telling it. Yeah, you'll probably have to. You have to be attuned by cleric or paladin of good.
It's the only one we have.
It's going to end up that way. He's just going to be like.
I did not pick this makeup for that purpose, but
It's going to turn out to be like what's that called? Like a VIP game.
Yeah.
Like we have to escort the VIP.
And the third is it's a book. It's written by Strahd himself. I was looking for this book my own self, but I never managed to find it. And it tells you his story, and it's something in it. It's a clue of how to beat him.
Why would he write such a book?
Yeah.
I don't think it's probably more a tome of his history that has clues. Just when you get to a certain age, you guys are what, 20, maybe 30. You guys aren't old. Sometimes you need to write down. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you just need to write down your life stories.
It's hubris.
What's that?
Well, young one, there's a little bit of truth in that, but it's how most people, their legacy. Now, Strahd has a legacy. It's a really bad one, and it needs to be ended.
Kiri has a question.
All right.
She goes, if you were never able to find this book, how are you able to give it to us?
I don't. I'm not able to give it to you. I'm just telling you about. They're here somewhere.
Here in this land.
I did research before, and they said that you know what? If you're gonna quarter me, I have an out. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
But he's like, there's the sword, there's his book, and there's the amulet, and you need all three. Now you've got one. That's a good start. Now, if you die somewhere convenient so I can get all these items off you. I don't want you to die. Do me a favor.
We will give it our best shot.
That's the spirit, little one. He kind of like tries to pat you on the head. He does it, and it's just as shitty as you would expect it to be. It's very demeaning.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
So the third item is this hubris.
And he looks at, so he looks back at Lex. Now, if you find the book, read through it. If you find anything that you can use to your advantage, you need to do so.
Do you have any idea, any clues as to where this book is located?
I have no clue. Matter of fact, how the hell did you find the sword in the first place?
We found it at a
Graveyard.
tree, didn't we?
I thought it was the graveyard.
Oh, is that where you got the
was the
branch
tree.
over there? He
The
points
branch-
at Kiri's staff.
The branch was the the winery, because one of the druids had it.
Give me a I guess a history check. We'll say, why not?
Yeah, we got the
You would know, Kiri. Even with a 9, it's not very hard. When you guys burnt that tree to the ground, like literally all the other branches look exactly like the staff. The staff looks like they literally broke a branch off of it, and that's probably why it has power over all those little lights and whatnot. So when he's calling it a branch, he's correct, but it's a magical branch. It's an evil magical branch, but it's still a branch.
yeah. So yeah, we got the staff from one of the dead druids in the winery, and we got the sword from a burial mound by the dead tree.
You were just ended up messing with those druids. They're crazy. They worship
Well,
Strahd
they
like
don't
he's
seem
some
to
sort
be
of.
much of a threat any longer. We've dealt with them in their monstrosity of a tree.
Well, we'll see about that. When you deal with things here, they always seem to have a way of coming around and biting you in the ass. Anyways, get the hell out of here.
Take care, Mordecai.
Yeah. You remember, like I said, if you die, make it convenient. I had no intentions of dying here. I hope you have the same intentions. Well, let me see what he would do once he got everyone out.
He would cast a fly spell and fly it. Fly
I'm thinking that's what he might do, but he pulls out a broom and gets on it and cackles and flies away.
That's a wit. He was a witch the whole time.
You know what? You know what he would do, because he's a true bowler. He when you guys get out and everyone's going, he says, "All right, I thank you." Now this, and he kind of looks and he starts manipulating the weave, and then a giant purple hand appears, and he steps on it, and he kind of flies off in the direction of the castle. You think he was kind of showing off, because he could have just cast fly on himself.
I think maybe he should have saved that. Never mind. He should have saved that spell slot for something more useful.
You would think so, but it's like a level 5 spell, and he has a few of them. So yeah, you're now outside of the cave. Well, not the cave, it's the mountainside. The door is gone, and he's just flying off on the distance, surfing on a giant purple hand.
Yes, well, shall we get going?
I suppose, but I'd rather stay in that mansion. That was nice.
Yeah, like when he closed the door, there was like a handle, and then when he closed it, he kind of like turned it counterclockwise, and he took the handle and put it in his pocket. The door's no longer there.
Well, we can't stay in the mansion forever.
Memnon's like, if it was up to him, he would just never leave that fucking mansion.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Eventually, you'd grow so fat that you'd run out of mansion. Then what would you do?
I mean, they have all like what 13 seasons of Friends. His intergalactic channel. See, you never have to leave. Food. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a good ways to go.
This is when you think, man, I should have rolled a wizard. I should roll a
Well,
wizard.
even if we rolled a wizard, we still have thousands of levels to get.
He's probably level 30.
Speaking of which, are we level 5?
No, not really.
Shit.
I know. I'm an a-hole when it comes to levels. No, it's really just the mod.
So that was productive. We almost died, and then we didn't get an ally. So what next?
Hey, we gotta bring that boat back.
That's true. We do have to take the boat back.
Hop in the boat.
All right, so you guys hop in the boat and head back across the lake.
Nope.
Yeah, you know what? You're not in a rush. So you guys, who's paddling? Who's doing the oar paddles?
I'll help out with that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can get it. It'll take you probably. Let's see, how large is? And that is, I've never actually paddled a boat because there's motors. A mile. We'll say it'll probably take you about an hour, but you can get across the lake. I don't know if it's a boat full of two heavily armored people, and well, Kiri's like a quarter person because she's so small as a halfling. Not as an insult, you're just really small.
I'm half a
Wow.
person, thank you.
But you're like I'm not like insulting how awesome you are. I'm just saying physically you're very light.
I know,
That's
I'm
very
not a
insulting.
quarter person, I'm a half a person.
But you're like, okay, you're like half a halfling. I'm just being a dick. Anyways, you guys get across the lake, and the only people there are the two young guys. The old guy's not there, and they're like, "Did you see the elk? Did you see him over there?"
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, not the elk. They wouldn't care about the elk. Did you see the guy who does the lightning?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
He
in the
won't be. We have spoken to him, and he understands now that throwing lightning at lake may not be necessarily the most productive means of fishing. So he won't be doing that anymore.
Did you ask him why he was doing it?
I think he said something about there where he was annoyed that somebody was trying to rip people off and selling the services, renting boats for really expensive prices.
Well, I'm glad we're not those people. That'd be real bad. Does they hand you back, what was it, the 5 gold?
No, I actually hold up my hand and I say, you can keep the gold. We thank you for your hospitality.
And they kind of look at each other and they kind of like do a slidey eye, like side eye to each other. And they're
who's
like,
getting
thank
the
you
gold?
very much.
That's right. Horse miles on the righteous.
Yeah, we love whores.
and smites the greedy. Have a good day.
Yep.
Oh god, that joke. You're gonna keep using that joke for years. Like,
I hope so. It's fun.
This is part of his lexicon anymore.
I think it's become part of your lexicon.
Wait till he gets his steed.
Yeah. Oh god, I remember that conversation now. I remember that conversation. Anyways, so you guys head back to Valaki. Do you guys want to stop in there? I mean, it's still pretty early. It's probably around. He would have thrown you out. He probably would have had his conniption fit. Probably around like 6:30 in the morning. Probably would talk to you for took a half hour to calm down. So it's probably around like 9:10 by the time you hit the Valaki and deal with the two Vistani.
I think there's no time to tarry, right? We don't plan on hanging around.
No.
We don't have any pressing business we have to attend to within Valaki itself. Yes.
Agreed.
I think so.
Yeah. As long as it's early enough to travel, I think we're good.
Yeah, you see Dargos. He's leaving the Blue Water Inn, and he looks hungover, but he's heading in the direction of the where his stand is. He doesn't even see you guys, but he's kind of got blinders on. And actually, if you watch him for a little bit, he kind of, you know how they have those little like tubs that people wash themselves in. He stops at one, and he dumps his head in it for like 5 seconds. He pulls it out, kind of like shakes his hair off, pukes next to the bucket, wipes his beard and all that off, and then he dumps his head back in the bucket, gets out, and starts walking towards his stall.
Wait, who's this?
Dargos,
That's
He
the guy
was
that
the
made the
guy-
armor.
your armor.
Made my armor I got on.
Yeah.
And yours, right? He made something for you.
Well,
Yeah,
I think he had it. I think he didn't. He just had to adjust some of it. He doesn't see you guys at all. Completely hungover, but he's heading north. So you guys control your token if you want to. I guess the question
I
is,
don't see any reason why we should bother Dargos.
Where are we heading to next?
Well, unless someone else has better suggestions.
Argosfold?
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. We don't have to go there.
That doing the proximity for the same reason we went to see the wizard. That makes sense to Enos.
Plus, we kind of have an inn there as well. Not that like I'm that particularly happy on going to see some undead.
Yeah, I guess Enos would have some trepidation as well. He's used to killing the undead, making them truly dead.
Yeah. Although from my understanding of what Mordenkainen has said, that this may not necessarily be their choice. They may not necessarily be able to leave. Isn't
True. He looks forward to releasing them to the afterlife.
Yeah, I think pretty much anywhere we go from here, we're in a lot of danger, so meh.
I don't know if you know this or not, but we were in danger in the mansion as well.
I know, I heard. I stayed in bed.
Oh, that's a lot of mud. Well, I think we can get. What's the key to reveal movement path?
It's that little Q thing, the upside down Q. And you have to.
No. I'm talking about the one like. There's a way to reveal previous movement path.
Oh, I don't know. Someone gonna have to answer that for you.
It is now down by Q or right clicking. The previous movement token can be shown by hitting it. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, 5.5 miles. We can easily do that in the day.
So you guys are heading out that way? Alrighty, one moment. So yep, if you guys are just heading straight out of town, the guards will let you out no problem. What? 8? That seems like a lot. Maybe 7.
What do we say to the guards when we exit town? How does it go again? All will be well?
Yeah,
all is well?
All is well.
Be pleased.
We are leaving town now. All is well.
They kind of salute you back and say the same thing. Give me an insight.
Give you a what? Insight?
Insight.
Can everybody or just him?
Whoever wants to.
Are they acting suspicious at all?
No, not really.
Then I wouldn't.
Yeah. Like, so you think, even with a 7, that the, one of the guards does not believe it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. Clearly, all is not well.
Yeah. Alright, so, what's the, order?
To not die.
I'm not, like, asking you if you want, like, fries with that, but what's your marching order?
All mix is in the front.
Yeah, I would go in the back then, I guess.
Middle, definitely.
Although,
So, I guess...
although if Enos wants to be in the front, she wouldn't contest it. He seems fairly...
Yeah, he would get
what's the
his
correct expression?
armored, sturdy.
No. Headstrong.
Enos would switch. Well, he's been using the Sunblade, so he would have that sheathed or put away, but he'd have his shield in hand.
Alright. So basically, it's Fireforge, Memnon, Kiri, Lex, or Lex,
That worked.
or Kiri, Memnon switched.
It doesn't matter for me.
Alright. Alright, so it's,
It may not necessarily be smartest idea to walk in single file. I suggest more like of a diamond shape.
yeah, so that works. You can put Fireforge in the front, Kiri, Memnon in the middle, side by side, and then Lex in the back. Alright. You guys, if you want to, you can give me perception, survival, nature. Just give me one check on this trip. Whatever you want it to be. Yeah, you can give me a stealth as your stealth. I guess that actually is the whole group stealthing, because if not, it's kind of.
Curie will try if she sees
Oh.
Memnon trying. Who I
I,
can.
Yeah,
will
that's a
make this
2, I
kind of
think.
low, right?
I mean, yeah, you're in the middle of the road. It's a road, but everyone's kind of crouched down like they're playing Skyrim. But if you want to roll stealth as well, everyone else is Lex. Or are you just going to stand there behind them, walking faster than them? All right. And I believe Enos, do you have disadvantage for stealth, or is your new armor?
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's heavy armor, so.
All right, you guys get about looks like here. Lex, yep, stealth, perception.
So me and Memnon were off to the sides, right?
Yeah, it's basically Enos is in the middle of the road. You two are behind him, left and right, and then behind you, in the middle of you, is Lex.
Curie makes a comment that from now on, Enos needs to walk him back or downwind at least. His lucky socks don't smell so lucky.
They've been cleaned.
Well, they're brand new. They just washed. It's probably the feet that stink, to be honest with you.
They are, yeah. I mean, he didn't get in the spa. I mean, they're tied clean. I mean, he had that soap and everything. I think that's one of my favorite things so far is just putting real world shit into a D&D game.
Yeah.
And it not being like, oh, he's just being an ass. I mean, I am being an ass, but it's fucking Warren Gunn. So, anyways, you guys get going on the way, and you know what? You rolled perceptions. I did not roll something. One sec. Fantastic. We'll say you get about here. You guys can't see this map, but you're about to. Will I drag you over here? And you guys are about that far down the road when you see Lex with your perception. You know they both rolled shit, so hiding in the by the trees in front of you are two berserkers, and you recognize them because you've met with these guys before. Last time you saw them was when you were at Yester Hill, and you guys were dicking around looking for things, and they see you, and they scream out some sort of. Actually, you know what, Kira? You would recognize it because they're speaking Druidic. You'd scream out, we're here for the staff and your souls." And I
Just gonna mention, well,
go
the
ahead.
staffs are over at the burned tree, so you can have more of those.
You can see them physically get madder, like this a-hole, and this is what we're gonna do.
So
my soul.
So I'm going to
Even
whisper
something
to.
then.
Yeah, I'm going to whisper to each of them and say that these are not nice.
My soul belongs to horror. And
I mean, you
will
recognize
too,
these
so.
are those crazy batshit berserkers that were charging you guys, but not as many. Yeah, roll initiative, if I didn't say.
Wow, that's actually pretty high for Lick.
All right, so Fireforge. Oh, one more thing, because I'm super bad at remembering this.
Yeah.
You see these two, and they're huge men. They're huge humans. One's about 4 inches taller than the other one, and they're all covered in twigs and shit. You can't tell if it's mud or just like tattoos up and down their body, and they have these giant axes, and they are here. They're basically here to kill you. They straight up said they're here to kill you and take the staff back. But you, being the angry bastard that you are here to dispense forced justice.
Yeah, he runs forward to this one that's right in front of him, lighting the hilt of the sun sword as he and dragging it on the ground as he I imagine it like just I guess it wouldn't light up the grass, but kind of shimmering off the ground and kind of fading in and out the tip of it as he rushes forward and tries to plunge it in. Shield on the other hand to this druid.
"23, man. 23 is going to hit. It's going to take 12 slashing, and does he get the? He's not on death. He takes 12 slashing.
Yeah, he just takes the 12.
Mhm.
I am going to. Sorry, hold on one second. Oh yeah, that's gonna be it for now. And then he just kind of hoists his shield in front of him in a defensive posture.
All right. This guy here is going to scream something back out in Daruk about, I'll give your soul to Strahd. But this isn't Druidic, and he is going to swing his great axe at you. And that is a 13 to hit.
It misses.
All right. And that is when this guy here is going to pop out of the bush, and it's going to scream now in Druidic. And you see the bushes start to tremble. And it is going to do something Druidic, probably at Kiri, since she has the staff. Oh, you know what? She can't help herself. Here's what I would do. Public roll or not? Level. She's gonna cast Thunder Wave at. Actually, she's gonna get here. Move up and cast Thunder Wave. I believe on all three of you. So I need.
15-foot cone, I think.
Yeah, I need con saves from you. So Alexis made it. I need Kiri fails it, and I need one from Memnon as well. All right. So Kiri, you go back. You fly back 10 feet, and you take 15 thunder damage. Everyone else takes 7 thunder damage, but does not go back. And it is now Alexis' turn.
Lex is going to attempt to cut the bitch down that just thunderwaved her. And she shouts out by responding, "Your screaming was incoherent." I don't think I'm going to action surge this time. Just a straight attack.
16 is definitely on the hit. Do
I have extra attack here? I don't think so.
Nope. That wounds her deeply, and because I made a mistake, this is where the blights go. Are you going to do anything else?
I was going to fighting spirit,
You can if you want to.
but I completely forgot about it. I will do so, just to gain that 5 temporary hit points. But yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, the blights are going to attack. We're going to just make this easy. These two here attack Lex. Little twiggy claws. They roll
My
the
favor
6.
is an action, right?
What?
No. Divine favor is just never mind. That's to the attack roll. Never mind.
The first one misses. The second one hits you. 21, I believe, hits you, right, Lex?
Yeah, that hits me.
Take 4 piercing. These two are going to rush up to Memnon and slash at him. So a natural 1, a 7, and a 5 to hit. So those are all going to miss you.
Huzzah.
And these three are going to rush up and try to attack Kiri because she has so she gets the extra one. Actually, you know what? No, I rolled extra already. So we're just going to retcon that one miss. So the second two is a natural 1 to hit you first, Kiri, then a 21 to hit you for 4 piercing.
Hits. Although, I've had that staff with me for what, 3 days now? 4 days? It should be attuned to me, shouldn't it?
I mean, you never said you were, but I would have assumed you would have. If you would have done that, that's fine. And it is now your turn.
Well, if I'm attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard me as hostile unless I harm them. I haven't harmed them. Bite me.
However,
Bite me.
the druid did scream get them or at your group. So like if it was naturally there, I would absolutely give you that. But since this group has been sent to attack you, they're aware.
Okay.
Because there's tons of natural lights that you can pass and they'll just let you go by. But these ones were transplanted for this reason. These are some very evil blights, we'll say. This is your turn, though.
Yes, I'm looking up something really quick because I keep
All blights
losing
heal.
it.
Probably, but they're like a super level of evil. They're double evil.
Double stuff evil.
Yeah, they are like
evil- Is evil like negatives in that if you're double
No,
evil,
it's
you're
not.
actually
It's
good?
then it's triple. Then it's triple evil.
Okay.
They're so evil when they go like out to eat at fast food restaurants, they don't throw their own stuff away.
Oh, wow. That's fucked up.
They just leave it at the table, like there's some sort of fucking
That's rude.
heathen.
I'm going to tell him no, because we're fucking stuck where we're at, basically.
You know what? This is what we're going to do, Carrie. I'm going to change my mind because that staff is right. I'm going to say they did not attack you. The other one would go up here to attack Lex, which is the natural 1. And the other one would get next to you and attack Memnon for the 21 for the 4 piercing. Because they see you and they just see another tree.
Okay.
So basically, Memnon, you got 4 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't attack of opportunity you.
Ooh, that's nice. Memnon goes next.
He does.
Crap. Because I'm kind of stuck what I'm doing. I'm gonna go after Memnon.
You should hit him. You should hit him really hard.
Well,
Surprise, guys! She's the mole. She's here to kill you. She's actually Strahd.
Damn it.
My Tuesday games, I actually was a mole.
okay, I'm going after Memnon.
I don't know what she means by that, but I'm excited to see what she rolls.
I think she's meaning she's holding her turn.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you want to drop back until after Memnon? Basically,
Yes.
drop. All right, no. So Memnon's your
That's-
turn.
You were
That's
Successful.
a whole different meaning to I'll go after me.
Mm.
Okay, is there a penalty in 5e for
Yep.
using a ranged attack while in melee?
There is.
Well, crap. I will draw. Crap, I don't think I have quick draw. So I will draw one of my short swords as part of a movement and make a single attack. I guess the one to the left of me.
There's two to the left of you. I guess this guy here directly. Okay, good. Make you swing. You gotta trim the bushes, or I don't know, some sort of shrubbery joke. Yeah, he goes down. You just cut him in two. Anything else?
Nope, that's okay.
Here.
Okay. It's a 15-foot cone, so it'd hit one. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. I'll move there then, because it's a 15-foot cone.
John trying to wipe out those three underneath him.
Yeah.
All right.
Boo.
Is that actually your 10 is the DC? I think we always have this conversation.
I think so. It's... Did it not fix it?
Because the first one rolled a 10, the second one rolled a 14, and the third one rolled a 7. So the guy in the back is dunzo. Actually, it doesn't really matter. This is what's going to happen because they take half damage if they save. The one in the back literally was like someone threw him in a mulcher. Like, vroom, it just everywhere. And the other two just fall down dead.
So I know they shouted in Draconic, but I assume...
It should be
Sorry,
13.
not Draconic, in Druid.
Yeah.
But I assume the Druidic for Strahd is just Strahd.
Yeah, you would have heard Strahd.
Okay.
And it is anything else here?
That was her action. Nope, that's it.
Just so you know, I'm going to consider that the blights themselves are kind of like a group, and now that the other remaining three have seen you mulch three, they
That's
are
fine.
going to consider you evil. This guy here, he's the taller of the two. I'm actually going to mark him. He's about 4 inches taller. We'll say this, and he the first thing he does is he starts to like visibly shake, and he starts to roar, and he's like trembling with rage, and he's going to go after Fireforge.
Ooh.
fucking.
He's going to make 2 attacks. A 17 and a 21.
The 17 misses, the 21 hits.
Take 13 slashing.
Okay.
It is now your turn.
Let me just update that. All right, took some damage there, so I'm gonna cast this.
That Shield of Faith, son. Bonus action, fantastic.
And I should have done that last time because that would have Would have been no, it still would have hit me. Would have been even. I am going to attack the. Still have my shield in hand. I'm going to attack the one I attacked before.
Okay.
With my sun sword.
Man, you're just a monster with that thing. He takes into 12.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Yeah, he's looking pretty stout. I mean, he's hurting, but he's not bloody. Anything else? And that's it.
That was my action and my bonus action. That's it.
The guy you just cut into, he's going to swing at you once with his axe.
I mean, taunting is a free action.
And when you see when these guys, like, you're a warrior and you've seen people train with axes, they don't really have much discipline in how they're swinging. They're just like swinging as hard as they can.
He's now 21.
Well, he rolled an 11, so that misses. It's the druid's turn. The druid is going to. Oh man, she can't move because. You know what she's going to do? I feel like it's only appropriate that someone does this a carry. As a cantrip. So we'll do it public. She's going to try to produce flame on you.
Ooh, try to hit. And
It's going to miss. Yep. It's the Blight's turn. The only ones alive are surrounding Lex, so they're going to try to claw the shit out of her. A natural 1, a 14, and a natural 20.
Yeah.
You take 6 for the one that hit.
Okay.
But it is now your turn.
Makes her bloody. She grimaces as she gets slashed across the back. She grips on tightly to her sword spear and she growls out to the druid and she says, "Whatever deal you've made of Strahd, I'm afraid you're gonna get shafted."
Oh, God. I kind of want you to miss after that. 16's going to hit. Yeah, she's dead. You literally.
She's gonna spin around. She's gonna use her bonus action to attack the one that just cut her.
Okay, the one that just cut you is this little dickhole. 6 is going to miss. To be fair, a lot of them would miss. So.
That is
Alright.
my shitty joke.
What you do is like you when you run the druid through and you try to turn around and attack at this other one, it's kind of like if you're swinging something and you got caught on the roof because you didn't get it out of the other druid, and, like the motion kind of got stuck. It went right through her, and like you had to spend the rest of your turn like shaking her off your weapon.
Yep.
Memnon.
Alrighty. I will disengage as a bonus to come right here, and then I will blast this one in the face.
Alright.
Why not?
18 for 21 piercing. So it takes 29. It's half to 15 because he is raging.
And that's my turn.
Kiri.
Carrie, remembering that she has this. Let me find out where I put it.
Oh, yeah. 7 is a hyena.
And she throws it toward Lex to help Lex with the fight.
I feel like I have that stat block up there. Maybe not. Nope, there's Jackal. It was on your turn, so where did you throw it? I'm looking for a token.
Right next, right there.
Alright.
You can just throw the jackal token down.
I'm mad. I'm super mad that I just found this token now. That so could have been your spectral corgi.
Oh, that's awesome. Save it as the jackal token.
There you go. So I don't know what the jackal attack is, but it goes on your turn. Does it go this turn or next turn? Next turn, it looks like.
Next turn.
You give him the action to basically fetch the stick. All right. Then it's this guy's turn. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Kira?
Nope.
He's gonna take his 2 swings at you again, Fireforge, and once again, like there is no like discipline to these swings. A 24 and a 24.
Jeez, yeah. Both hit.
For 7 and 8 together, so 14.
Okay.
I need 2 con saves.
Yeah, hold on.
Yep, your shield is down. Ooh. It is now your turn.
All right. This isn't looking good. I am going to cast this. On the druid. Oops. Maybe I can use that if I hit.
The one you've been fighting?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack. 11 is going to miss.
That's a 3. Damn. And I'm not using it as a greatsword right now either. Okay. That sucks.
It is now the guy in front of you. You just swing at him. He swings at you. 19. 19.
Misses.
Fantastic. Druid is dead, so the twigs, the 3 are going to attack Lex.
Okay.
13, 11, and a natural 1.
That's not going to hit.
It is your turn.
Okay. She is going to. Now, if I recall correctly, Twiggies weren't precisely the most robust instruments in the
They
world.
are very not.
So let's go for some light little taps here instead of going all out.
You're doing the light punch instead of the heavy.
Yeah, the light swings instead of the heavy swings. So again, the one that tried that harmed me before, if they critical.
We got to the
This time with a
road.
little bit more precision.
Yeah, 23 is going to hit. I think with your strength mod, he's dead. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
dead.
and then bonus action, his buddy towards his right.
Is that the bonus action? Is that because he died or
Yeah, it's
he
because
didn't
he
great
died.
weapon master? Do you get an attack? 2 attacks if one of them is not great weapon master?
It's as long as I kill anything, I'm pretty sure.
But you didn't use
On-
great weapon master.
Yeah, on crits or kills. Let me look it up specifically, but I believe it's any attack with melee weapon.
Well, I mean, I'll look it up too. I always assumed it was you had to use great weapon master to kill it. That's how I've been
On
doing
your
it.
turn, if you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make 1 melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
All right, go ahead.
Doesn't say
and
anything about weapon, heavy weapon.
We'll look more at it later, but for the time being. All right, so which one are you hitting on the top?
Yep.
All right, he goes down.
And then she's going to shift over a little bit to give Memnon a little bit of a clear shot.
All right.
That is her turn.
I think Memnon's more worried about people down below, but it is his turn.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'll shoot the same. Well. Do they both look like they're frothing at the mouth?
No, the one on the left with the red mark. Like they both look angry, but the one to his with the red dot is frothing.
Okay. I will take a bonus action to hide. And then I will shoot the one that is below him. So
Alright.
I believe I will have advantage.
Yeah, you had advantage beforehand because he's reckless attacking. But so 20,
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
20 plus 20, 30, all right. So 32. All right. He's still up. But he's
That
Yeah,
is
hurt.
my
because it's
turn.
raging.
No, he's not raging. He's taking the full one, but he's
Oh.
but he's still hurting. He's very, very wounded.
How can
This
he
is
be
the-
reckless attacking if he's not raging?
It's
Sir?
just an option.
Because they're berserkers. Anything else?
Nope.
Kiri.
Okay, hyena moves there. I can't control him. And he's going to take a bite to the one below Enos.
All right, go ahead. 23 is going to hit. He goes down.
Awesome! He rampages. Hyenas have a thing called Rampage. When the hyena reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack on its turn, the hyena can take a bonus action to move up to half its speed and make a bite attack. So we're going to go ahead and bite.
Goddamn hyenas, always having to show
24 is going to hit.
It doesn't have pack tactics.
I know, but he's berserk. He's going reckless.
Okay.
They both are. So he takes 6 because he is raging. It is now his turn.
No, now it is my turn. That was hyena's turn.
Oh,
now
you're
it's
right.
my turn.
Fantastic. You should probably kill him because he's doing a number on Fireforge.
That's what I'm gonna try and do.
Put it him real hard.
Well, we're gonna try. That's the main word. Is gonna try. What can I do? That's the next question. There's not a lot I can do. How far away is he? 20?
Let's see. 22's on hit. 5. Take that down to 3. Does he dragged?
Yep.
How far does he get dragged?
Let's say 5 feet, I believe.
Far from me? Now, because he didn't willingly move out of a thing, I don't think an attack of opportunity happened.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. So he gets pulled, let's see,
Oh, 10 feet.
10 feet.
Up to 10 feet. 5 feet. That's fine.
Is this 5 feet?
Yeah. Just 5. I just
Alright.
want to move him 5 feet.
He is going, alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
He was going to take 2 swings at fire for it. If he had pulled him 10, he would have taken one of Enos's, not Enos, but Memnon as well.
I know that's why
So
I
he
didn't
takes
move
2
him 10.
at advantage. The first one's a 20 for 14 slashing.
That one hits.
Are you still up?
Nope.
He's going to run over to
The
Ian.
hyena hit him.
Yeah, no, but he's simply closer. It's simply he's closest. So he's going to 24 to hit Memnon for 15 slashing.
Owie.
And that is his turn. Fireforge, give me a death saving throw. That's one fail. This guy is already dead. There's one blight left that's going to take an attack at Lex, which is a natural 20. You take 8 piercing, Lex, from this little shit. Like, when I rolled it, the first thing that popped up was, like, the plus sign, so like, I wonder if it was a good one. It was. It is now your turn.
God. That's no bueno.
Little bastards are doing damage. But it is
Okay.
your turn to seek vengeance.
What's the best way to go about doing that? Alright, Fighting Spirit.
Uh-huh.
Bonus action. Attacking with advantage.
Yep.
13 to hit.
13 just hits.
Lucky.
He is dead. So it's your turn. Make your movement.
Okay, and then action surge. She is going to dart over and pass the barbarian.
And draw that attack of opportunity.
No. I mean passes and like to avoid.
They went around.
And then she's going to quickly reach down, clasp the spurting wound of.
There's a bunch of them.
Sorry, what was that?
There's a bunch of spurting wounds. He's been hacked on like he's a tree.
The most spurtingest of spurting wounds. And she's going to cast Cure Wound. Level 1. Healing 9 hit points.
There you go.
Thank you.
Back in the game.
That is my turn. And ignore the flutes going on behind me.
Memnon, this a-hole's all up in your row.
Okay, so shit. As a bonus, I will disengage,
I suggest you do that.
and then because nobody is within sneak attack distance, I believe it is my insight. Yes, insight versus his deception.
His massive wisdom roll was a 5.
Well, thank God, because I rolled crap. So I get sneak attack on him. And why not? That's why not.
Yeah, you already had advantage on him because he's going berserk, but 8's not going to cut it.
Yeah. Well, rip Memnon.
Alright, Carrie. Your dog can go first.
Yeah, I usually do. So the hyena's gonna move so it's in between me and the berserker. And I gotta open up that page again because I accidentally closed it. It's going to bite.
7's going to miss.
Oh,
But it is now your turn.
awesome. I think I can aim this just right so it's not gonna hit any of my allies. So we're gonna go ahead and try this.
He should be good. Oh, Ice 9. 18 is going to hit. And he's not. He is definitely not a bear, so he takes the full cold damage. He does not make a 6 save. So he takes 4 piercing and 7 cold. He's, you know what, we'll just say you just made him bloody.
Awesome. I'm going to move one square behind my animal.
He's going to take his first swing at your animal. Once again, reckless. I don't know if a 13 hits a jackal.
It does. It has a 12.
15
Yeah,
slashing.
jackals have one. all animals have like 11 or 12 AC.
How much hit points did they have? 15. Is he
45.
still? So he's got 15 reduced. Yeah. We're gonna make a nope. He's berserking. He's just attacking wherever he can hit. The second one is 17 for another 15 slashing.
Okay, so
So he
15
just
left.
lost. Yeah, and that is his turn. Fireforge, you're back in the action.
Fireforge shakes his head, gets to his feet, looks over at Lex that he presumes just saved his life, perhaps.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Throws his shield down on the ground, grips his sun sword, reignites it. I'm assuming that it would have unlit.
Do you lose your hunter's mark when you go down?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
And then he lifts his, moves his sword to his other hand, and he has a ring that we found, and he
Nice.
points it in the direction of the berserker, and uses all 3 charges to attack.
Roll that bad boy. So 19.
Yeah, I gotta roll. I roll 2 20s and I get +7. Well, I'll put +7 in there, and I got advantage on it, right?
You absolutely have advantage. Yeah. Yeah. His force damage. Yeah. So he takes half of it. Oh man. So yeah, that definitely hits. He's gonna take 31.
Takes half of all that.
31, so he takes, we'll just make it 15, which it is. If I'm doing my math correct, which I may not, but yeah, I am. So yeah, he takes 15, alright. He's still up. He's a bastard.
Yeah, I use my bonus action.
But you should have taken all of that 31.
Is it force? You know what? He's right, yeah, because it's not a blunt. Alright, he is still up, but he is looking bad.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, because it's a blunt. It's not a blunt slashing or piercing. It's a force, so he takes all that. It's like a goddamn shotgun. That ring's awesome.
That's gonna be it for me.
Twigblade's dead. Lex, it is your turn. As you see Fireforge, he just pulls out the ring. You kind of see it, and this giant, blast of, arcane force you've seen before once or twice, and, little missiles. This is it's like if the missiles were, like a knife, this was a great sword. And it really hurt him. He took it to the body, and his anger didn't seem to have much effect to it.
Alright. Nate steps forwards and she says, judging by your adulation, you either work for Strahd or you think we work for Strahd. Either way, fuck you. And she's gonna punch him in the chin. I assume 12 misses.
12 just misses.
Actually, you know what? I can use Divine Favor. So I'm going to add 2d4 to that attack. Does the 16 hit?
16 hits.
Good time to use it as any.
I mean, I would. So yeah, that hits.
Why didn't it roll damage? There we go. 19 necrotic.
He dies. You just kind of catch him in the chin, and it's he doesn't have any facial hair.
Someone at the door. Be right back.
And he just his face just starts melting, and he falls over dead.
Like pizza in a microwave.
Pizza in a microwave. That sounds good. I mean, not if it's your face, but.
Sorry about that. Someone knocked at the door.
And combat is over.
So yeah, either you work for Strahd or you think we work for Strahd. Either that, fuck you, and she just punches him in the face.
And his face just melts. It is not a pretty sight.
I like to imagine it's like Fallout 4 when you shoot someone in the head and their head just explodes.
I like to think it's. I'm trying to think of the movie where like it just turns into black ichor.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Indiana Jones when he drinks from the wrong chalice.
No, not even that. That's what I normally go with, like the face melty thing. You know what? It might be. I might be confusing the first one where the guy. I think it might be the chalice. Someone to look into it. But yeah, that is it. That we're gonna call the game there. And for the shits and giggles, I'm gonna go make you guys level 5
Yay!
because that was way harder than I expected it to be. That was just a random encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of high rolls.
Well, they have reckless, and they
Yeah.
were rolling really well. I was like, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I think-
this.
I think
Go
a
ahead.
lot of newbie D. I'm not saying you're a newbie DM. I'm saying that a thing that trips up a lot of new DMs is they don't realize how powerful advantage is.
Yeah.
So
It's like-
whenever I play with new DMs and they start throwing out advantages willy nilly, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no. I was like, well, they have advantage because of reckless. I was like, you know what? They have a lot of hit points, but they're gonna go through them. So I'm just gonna give this little shithead rage because and an extra attack. He's level 5. They're gonna go right through the blights. They're not gonna hit maybe once. I was wrong about the blights, that's for sure.
2 net 20. Yeah, I had 2 hit points left.
Yeah, everybody gets healed. Kiri sees how much everybody's hurting. She's hurting. Mimnon's almost down, so she goes ahead and casts the healing spirit, and everybody
cool.
can take turns jumping through it, including the giant hyena. He dispels at sunset, so we have hours with him still.
Level 5 is awesome.
Yeah, level 5 is awesome for everyone.
Not me.
Oh well, it's because you multi-classed. That's the curse of multi-classing is you get a lot of cool features, but a little bit longer for the really cool features. I think you get 2 attacks now, don't you? Enos?
I get a bunch of stuff. Yeah, 2 attacks is one of the things. I can imagine if I had 2 attacks during that fight, it would have helped.
That's never good. When I just opened Reddit, and the first thing I see is a thing about Jacksonville. Navy chief found that. Oh God, is she from this area?
My hit point went from 22 to 25. Amazing.
I just got a hell of a survival boost. I can now use my reaction to have 1 attack's damage each turn.
Oh yeah, you got a evasion.
Uncanny Dodge. They really changed what Uncanny Dodge does in 5e.
I get an extra attack, and I also get level 2 spells now.
I think druids get level. What level spells does druids get at 5?
I don't know yet. I'm getting my health points up first.
Thank you, Rum.
Yep. I will see you on Wednesday where everyone's making plans. I just plan on walking right up and be like, "Let me in, yo! I can play this music."
Yeah, let's see how this thing goes.
I was thinking of asking you to, like, we stick you in a barrel, right? And we flip it upside down. And then we, like, attach anchors to it and sink you to the bottom of the bay. And then you cast Leonard's tiny hut and evacuate
First
all
off,
the out of there.
it's Lindor's tiny hut, and it's not even that. It's Lindor's magical hut of pleasure. Actually, is the name of it.
And then you evacuate all the air out of it, and we swim down and join you in the hut. And then when the ship comes into bay and parks on top of us, we, like, scuba dive up and climb onto the ship from below.
That is way too much work, especially for Lindor. He's just going to walk up and be like, "Hey, this is my retinue. We're here to play some music." Well, I am, but I need my groupies, and then I will roll something high, and they'll let us on.
Alternatively, all
I don't
right,
want to spend money.
here's another idea. Alternatively, we do the same thing, but instead of, like, swimming up and boarding the ship, we go around, we buy up all the fucking sodium that we can find. We put it in the bag of holding. We swim down and we fill up your Leonard, whatever, your tiny hut of pleasure with sodium. And then when the ship comes into bay, you swim out of there and let the tiny hut pop. And then all the sodium comes in contact with water and there's a giant explosion.
That's way too much for. Why are we gonna blow up the ship? We need to find out where the dude is.
Just destroy everything. Your only chance of finding. Your only lead.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Lindor is a fan of overly complicated plans and disguises. Matter of fact, we should probably all put disguises on. But that seems ridiculous.
I think you guys all have different ideas. I think our game Wednesday, which so be it. It will be like the first half an hour to an hour of your plans.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and ask. Like literally, you guys do you. I'm gonna go get on board this boat.
What was I going to pick for my spell?
Because yeah, I think this last game was very. I was in my hut messing with my pregnant. Well, it sounds bad when you say messing with your pregnant horse, but we were having a tea party. She's gonna have my baby. Gonna have a baby.
Got 49 hit points. Enos does now. That's
There
cool.
you go.
2 attacks and level 2 spells.
Apparently, Kev. That was loud. Apparently, the when Sam was doing Mordenkainen's voice and dice camera action, that apparently is how Gygax sounded. That's how he talked. It was an homage to Gygax.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh man, how far are you in dice camera action? That you were caught up?
Wait. Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Sam as in Sam.
No, it's not Regal. Sam. I can't remember his last name.
Is that seriously how he sounded?
Supposedly.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, yeah. From what I found out it was his character. It was a level in AD&D. He rolled Mordenkainen, and then like the stat block you ever find for him, it's not actually his stat block. That's just what they gave him because he never released his stat block. But I know when they did that last, when they announced Dragon Heist and they had all that crazy shit going on, like where they had Waterdeep, there's like some art and history of D&D book, and he helped write it.
Maybe I should go fighter for my 5th level instead, rather 4th level.
It's up to you.
Because you don't. Yeah, your multi-class thing is.
It's the multi-class
Yeah,
thing.
that's 5e.
Yeah.
And now Per and I go make a turtle wizard for your Waterdeep game.
How many characters do you make?
I've only made the one so far, and I really like him, but I want a wizard.
Question. With all the knowledge we have on vampires now, because of Lex reading all the vampire books, would the spell Daylight affect them?
You would think it would be bad news bears for most vampires.
Okay.
Keyword there is most.
Still handy.
I've learned Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's going to
Now I
ask
need to
people,
make
they're
a
going to tell
druid
what they
map.
really think of him. You're going to kill so many people
Now I need to make a druid called Bad News.
and make a bad news bear. But yeah, so that is it. I've had fun throwing stuff at you and being ridiculous in that mansion. I was thinking of giving him the entire Harry Potter set. Like if I had everyone else look through the books, they would have found that set. But with the vampires, I'm like, well, we gotta give them Stoker. Oh god, Twilight. Who the fuck wrote that? Let me Google that. Now on my Google, there's Twilight. I should probably clear that.
Ah, shit. Nah, I'll go sorcerer. It's fine.
One of the things I
don't
like
need
about
that.
this game, there was like another I was watching so much of that lore. They were talking about the weave and how like wizards know how to manipulate it, and sorcerers just grab chunks of it and throw it at people.
No. So his explanation is that clerics kind of like exalt a higher power
Yeah.
in order to channel them specific effects from the weave. Wizards know all the calculations and all the tools required to shape the weave into whatever function they require. And sorcerers kind of just act like a sieve or a magnifying glass for the weave, and just kind of like project that shit into the prime material.
Yeah. It was doing the dragon talk. I forget who it was. I don't think it was Perkins. I think it was the other guy. He said they just grab chunks of the weave and throw it at people, and they get what they want.
Basically, it's just their force of personality is so strong that they bend the weave to their physical will.
But, alrighty, I had fun. I hope you all had fun, and I will see you again next. Everyone good for next Monday?
Yep. I keep thinking Monday. Wait, what Monday? This is Tuesday. Yeah.
Once again, Perunner and I we're week to week, depending on how the storms feel like treating us.
Yeah.
I understand you guys didn't get hit by the storm.
No, this one went.
Nah.
We're in Florida. This one's hit the Carolinas, which are a couple states at the top of us.
Well, it's all the states to me. So
Yeah, I know. Well, you explain that crap to me for New Zealand, and I'd have no idea. But it was a little bit too high.
you made that sound like it was a bad.
I am picking a mule for my fine steed.
At 3.
That seems fitting.
No, nothing good about it.
Anyway, thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Night.